Well, Samuel Beckett's controversial Waiting for Godot is coming to the LOEB Playhouse at Purdue University. The Classical Theater of Harlem will be performing the famous play, which consists of two characters waiting for a third person, Godot, to arrive. But as director Chris McElron explains, the Classical Theater of Harlem is presenting the story in a modern context that he hopes will help audience members connect to the story.
Given the existence as uttered forth in the public works of Puncher and Watman, of a personal God, with white beard, beyond time, without extension, who, from the heights of divine apathia, divine athambia, divine aphasia, loves us dearly, with some exceptions for reasons unknown, but time will tell.
Well, it's inspired by the events of post-Katrina New Orleans, and so we take the idea of waiting and we look at it through that lens. And what we found in our work in the play, as it relates to a post-Katrina New Orleans, is the optimism that permeates throughout the city. And so we've tried to infuse this particular play, which often seems remote, with an optimism that, one, makes the play immediate, and two, really celebrates the humanity of the city of New Orleans. And we've tried to really find the optimism in the play and keep it as light and entertaining as possible. First time we did it in a 15,000-gallon swimming pool, and so that had some challenges in itself. The second time we worked on it, we staged it in an intersection in the lower Ninth Ward of New Orleans and in front of an abandoned house in the Gentilly section of New Orleans. So this time here at Purdue, we have a more traditional setting, doing it in a theater, but our stage set is inspired by the landscape of the lower Ninth Ward of New Orleans in the days immediately following the storm. And we really try and infuse the play with optimism and humor to make it as entertaining an evening of theater as possible. So you'll see everything from traditional vaudeville acts to a little Michael Jackson impersonation.
But we have a lot of pop culture references, and we interact with the audience. It's a lot of fun, a lot of ups and downs. It gets to go from humor to extreme depression, so it's a good range of emotions that you get to go through.
Now, the performances of Waiting for Godot start today and they run till tomorrow, and they start at 7:30, and the play is being presented by Purdue Convocations. So it'll be at the Stewart Center in the LOEB Playhouse today and tomorrow.
And the stage looks very authentic. I mean, absolutely. I visited New Orleans after Katrina, and it looks eerily similar. A lot of the stuff just lying around, just things in disarray, as you would imagine after a hurricane comes.
Well, and I was just there in February, and it hasn't changed much. But when they were saying we're trying to keep things upbeat and uplifted, yeah. I was at a mall just kind of walking around. I was there for a conference, and people there were so incredibly nice, and I got to talking about them, being a meteorologist, talking to them about things. And they were the nicest people, and I found out that they still don't have the home that they're living in. They still don't have a lot of the things that they used to have, but they were so incredibly friendly. It's just, you want nothing but good things for people in New Orleans. So that's very neat that they're bringing kind of that aspect to it, because it would be a hard thing to recover from.
Yeah, exactly.
It seems like they're going to bring a lot of that out. Waiting for Godot.
Sounds like. Tonight and tomorrow. All right. Well, coming up.